Shall I email you my number, Sally, on your councillor email?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Thanks, Dave.
Then we've got each other, don't we?
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay, we can start on Actually, you can start on Full house then.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. It's not that many on the committee.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome this evening. What time you want to be home? What percent?
Yeah, let's go. I've got to fix some boiler.
Okay. Very welcome. Any declaration of interest or dispositions? You have any, sir?
No, do you want to do apologies?
No, did I miss apologies?
Yeah, just Estelle and Ben. Everyone else is good.
The Southern Bell, yeah. Okay, there's no members of the public online or anywhere? No. David France, can you hear me?
I'm with you, everybody.
Can you switch your camera on, please? You can't be in the meeting unless your camera's switched on.
I don't believe that is in the legislation. So I'm going to ask to defer that to the clerk, if that's okay.
No, I'm the chairman of this committee. I made that decision last meeting and the time before. Camera's
I'm
got to be on.
afraid you can't violate the law, though.
There is no law on it.
There is. Welsh Government say you are allowed to attend meetings remotely.
Either your cameras come on or I'll have you switched off.
We'll be breaking the law.
That wouldn't be the first time.
I'm sure it wouldn't.
No.
You get in trouble one of these days.
Yeah, I can't remove him.
Well, you're trying your best. You what?
I can't remove him from the meeting.
Right.
Because standing orders doesn't let me do that.
Who?
Standing orders doesn't give me the power.
I'm chairing the meeting. It's the chairman's decision.
Don't you have to pass a motion?
The monitoring officer tells me it's the chairman's decision. I'm going by the monitoring officer's decisions.
I don't think that's true.
I can't physically remove him from the meeting, though, isn't the issue? There's nothing. I
Let's
can't.
just carry on.
Can you put it on and blur the background or something? I don't know.
Okay, I'll carry on. I've already said he will not be able to partake in this meeting. That's it. Right?
That's illegal.
Unless his camera's on. Okay, minutes and matters arising. The minutes of the last meeting, folks. Appendix B. Page 1. Page 2. Oh, and on page 2, Mr. Clark, these things, unfortunately, I do apologize, but these things do jump out at me. The fourth line of the general update on land and buildings.
Yeah.
Oh,
resulted in.
sorry?
Are you pointing out where it says resulting in?
Yeah, I thought I was going into Welsh actually, but
I will amend.
I'm grateful. And can I just say that the top recommendation on page 3, County Council transfer the ownership of the 2 flower beds outside the NFU building on. It's not Mill Lane, it is Church Street.
We've actually looked this up. The official name of the road is. I'll have to get you the official name. But the official name is not Mill Lane. The official name is not Church Street.
It's got a very.
It's something like the junction between
Yes.
A48 something and Mill Lane is the official full name of the road.
It has no real designated name, so I'm wondering whether we can perhaps name it.
Oh, Richard Later Street.
Well, we should give it a name and
Council
then.
Avenue. There you go.
Sorry?
Council Avenue.
Yes, or Adele Nickel Way. What?
She's had enough.
Yes, he probably has.
Well, let me say this. I was unfortunately, I'm aside now, but I'm just telling you, I went to the office one day and I had a parking ticket put on my car. And the parking ticket said exactly what it's got here, Mill Lane. And I rang up the relevant body and said, well, let me just point out, it's not Mill Lane, it's Church Street. Oh, just a second. And they looked at it. They came back to me and said, Mr. Pritchard, we're cancelling your ticket because we cannot justify a charge on a wrongly named street. So that's the end of it. You are right, it is Church Street, not Mill Lane.
Well, no, well, if you see, the actual official name is U4418 from junction with Church Street to junction with Mill Lane, Welshpool. That's its official name, according to the Land and Property Gazette, which Paris maintain.
So
So would you like me to amend that to
what
say?
are we gonna do? We're giving a name off the council, should we?
I don't think you've got that power to name roads, and you can ask Paris to name it, but at the moment,
Well-
the council did approve that recommendation, so you changing it wouldn't do.
Well, I suppose we could call it Church Gardens.
We could make a proposal to change the name,
You
yeah.
could, not under this item, you couldn't, but
No, I mean a proposal to Paris.
I just put my hand up. We're doing it again. We're spending council time discussing
Yeah.
what the name of the flower bed, what street the flower beds are in, for goodness sake. Have we got nothing more important on the agenda?
Nick, it's not a matter of what's in that sense, it is a matter of having things right in the minutes of the meeting,
Don't breathe.
and it's not Mill Lane. Okay, we'll carry on. Sorry?
Sally's done.
Oh, Sally,
Propose we accept those minutes, Chair.
sorry,
Propose we accept those minutes, Chair.
okay,
I'll second that, Chair.
seconded by Nick, right? Okay, any particular matters arising being raised?
Do you want a vote in favour for that, Bill?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hands up.
See or something.
Mhm.
that's unanimous.
Nick, Sean, that's unanimous, yeah,
Lovely.
thank you. Any matters arising?
Bill.
Everything went to council and was approved. We booked in the Wi-Fi for the market, so we'll just progress that one. Everything else went to council and was approved.
Okay. Item 5, folks, land and buildings, general update from the operations deputy manager.
Leave everyone. Basically, I'll start the list. Town hall. The light switch that turned the light on for the bay where the community fridge is actually in our workshop. So we've got that moved.
Wonder where that
To the
was.
light switch by the back door. So when the volunteers come in and sort out the fridge and do the cleaning up, that light is now working off that switch. So that makes it a lot easier for them and for the general public. There's been an inspection of the distribution board in the kitchen as per the cooker that's been serviced. And I believe, I was on holiday at the time when this was done, but I believe that Alan Thomas has suggested that we put a different fuse into that board to basically meet current standards, because they're the old blade fuses that are in there at the minute. So I think he's just waiting for that to come in, and he will come and change that over. And regarding that cooker, the aluminium plating behind it, insulation wise, has been installed. So it's good to go as soon as that fuse is sorted out.
Do you need a decision on that tonight, Bill?
Sorry?
Do you need a decision? No, okay.
No, it's getting done.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's in the process,
Yeah,
shall we
that's
say. I've received a contact for the person that installed the front door of the market hall. Because we've had some issues with that where someone filled up with it a couple of years ago, and the only way we can open it is by turning on and off switch, the main supply. So we're going to liaise with said person to get him to come and service that door, because he knows the system. So that's ongoing. What else we got? Day centre, before the handover was done, there was a few remedial works that needed doing. That has now been completed by Alan Thomas. That's all been done. The Meals on Wheel car, it's been booked in for the repair. Due to a collision, I think probably, was it 12 months ago? Which is
Yes,
that's
good.
so that's been booked in to be done. That'll be beginning of next month. So we've liaised with them to make sure they've got cover for that car being away for a day, which we'll sort that out. Where are we? Moisture I've had an email off the cricket club stating that the cricket season starts on April the 25th, and they've shown up a clash with our town carnival on the 27th of June. That there is no other available date within their calendar to play that scheduled game. So we are in discussions with the club to see how we can get around that. Hopefully we'll come to some conclusion.
Do you not use high school?
No, they haven't got a pitch.
Yeah, but.
But we're in discussions with the club, so we'll sort that one out. We've got
Hopefully.
a few months to get that one sorted, but hopefully we can find a conclusion to that. As per the pictures down there, obviously it's been wet, as we all know from the last meeting. Me and the team managed to aerate all the pitches with the tractor and the slitting machine, which has helped tremendously. We've actually had no games called off, thanks to being able to having a couple of days of dry weather to be able to do that. Obviously, we're marking the pitches as and when requested, and even in between times with the weather, we've had to mark the pitches just to keep the lines, to save us hours and hours and hours of remarking the whole pitch. We've also started cutting all the play areas and some of the pitches this week, which means silly season starts, where we're on a constant merry-go-round of cutting all the playgrounds. We've actually managed in the last 2 days to cut Moisture Play Park, Dollarvelling Play Park, and the junior play park at Burgess, and the football pitch up there, and the walkways, connecting our two sites together, the infant playground and the junior playground. That was completed today. What else we got? In Moisture Play Park, there was a stainless steel pole that used to be part of the play equipment that was damaged several years ago. We decided to remove that for health and safety reasons, as it's not an economical repair of what was broken. So that's been taken out and grassed over, reseeded, soil filled in the hole. So that's meets regulations now, because it was too close to any equipment as per current regulations to be reinstalled anyway. We met with the church that wants to do an open church, outdoor church, if you like, over a weekend sometime during the summer. We believe May or June, because they want to erect a marquee. And we met with the gentleman and sort of decided that behind the goal, nearest the canal end of the town pitch, would be a suitable area to affect any cricket fixtures, or any other friendly matches that may be going on. So we're in discussions with them to finalise the date for that. We get all that sorted, but he seemed very amenable with that. That was a good one, so we can at least accommodate them as a council. What else have I got? Over the weekend, sadly, there was a small fire in one of the control boxes of the floodlights, the box nearest the rugby club. And thankfully, from previous works, it didn't spread through the whole box, but the fire brigade were called out. We have a report off them. So we're in discussions with the football club how we go forward with that. Do believe that the floodlights are their responsibility, as they've always carried out maintenance work on these before, since my time at the council, certainly. we've always assisted by giving them keys to get access to said boxes, which we have a set of. So yeah, in discussions with the club on that one to see how they move forward and get it repaired.
Do you say rugby or football then, Phil?
Sorry?
Rugby or football now?
The football club, the Welshpool Town pitch.
Yeah.
They haven't,
During the game.
as they were packing up, basically, putting the nets down. There was smoke seen coming from said box, so obviously the fire brigade was called. They assisted. We have the certificate off them to say what happened, and in due course we'll see what we can do to help them out with any situation they need on that one. We have been, as far as the street scene goes, as the bin collections and stuff. Alex has been very proactive in this because we have various bins that we empty. Some are highly used, some aren't. So we're discussing with Richard, which will bring to council at a later date, relocation of certain bins and adding more bins in high traffic areas, and also installing some dog poo bag dispensers, which we have got in stock. So that's not at no extra cost. We can install them on our street sign equipment, which is the black finger posts, if you like. So that's an ongoing thing that we're. Alex is the main one on that one, so we might invite him to a meeting once we've decided what we can do with all that, and so he can explain it better than me. Like I say, we've been cutting the play parks this week, and we purchased one of the new mowers that basically we got 3 mowers that are very old. So we've got a new one that's more industrial that can stand up to the job, and it's proved in the last 2 days to outclass anything that we've ever had before. It's a walk behind mower, quicker, more efficient. So the proposal is, which I have discussed with Richard, we have budget from April to get 2 more to replace 2 of the other older ones. So we'll then have a full fleet of 3 that we can use to cut play parks and various areas around TRC bus and all that sort of stuff. So that'd be certainly a very valued support to our work. With the right machinery, we can do it a lot quicker and more efficient. So that's one thing. But the toilets had a few issues with the push flushes. I have come up with a solution in the meantime to basically sort of a bit of a bodge, but not a bodge, an amendment to their design, shall we say, which, touch wood, so far for the last 5-6 days, it seemed to work. But we are going to monitor it, and there is ongoing issues there that we are in discussion with Richard Town Clerk on, as per sort of redesigning slightly some of the plumbing work that's failing, shall we say. So that is an ongoing thing, but at the moment, like I said, for the last 5 days, we've had no major issues. So that's a good thing in a way. They're limping through at the minute, but yeah, we'll see what the summer season brings. But that pretty much concludes my report on what we've got going on. Obviously, we're very busy, as always.
Thank you, Phil. Any questions?
No, just again, thanks to all your team for hard work again. You never stop. So, yeah.
Well, I might add, Richard might want to add to it, but Richard came to help us on Friday while Adam was off work. He came and did the bin run and some various other duties as well, just to sort of come along with us and see what we do.
Excellent.
More understanding. Whether you want to make a comment on that, Richard? Look, whether you enjoyed it or
I had a lovely day actually. It was good. Yeah, shame I didn't do it sooner. It's just, you know, it's been the first year has been a bit of a jump into everything. But you know, we'll try and make it a more regular thing. It was coinciding what we're doing with the ops team anyway in terms of reviewing their contracts. It was a really, really worthwhile exercise. I know Maureen joined today, didn't she?
yes, she did. Yeah, Maureen came and watched us do Bellabelling and commented how well we work as a team. So that's part of the review process that we're undergoing at the moment.
I can't thank these guys enough for the work.
Absolutely.
And you think that the simplest of jobs will take the quickest time? They really don't. You know, a simple room hire, filter and pool air is really comprehensive, but fails to mention the fact that we've had so many bookings on
Yes,
the last
the
month.
bookings have been.
Church every Sunday, coroner this week. You know, it takes up time, and at the moment they're down to members of the team because it's the end of the leave year. So a lot of them are taking their leave and stuff.
And they, can I say they always set up all the tables for the hub as well on the Tuesday and Thursday, which is great.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this internally a lot about the fact that, you know, if you hire a little village hall somewhere, you get nothing, but here you get the full VIP treatment of what you get and set up.
Welshpool Town Council would be nothing without their ops team. Absolutely nothing.
Look, they are the delivery arm of the council.
Yeah,
and they do a lot of the work.
Be careful, guys, will be asking for a pay rise.
Well,
In the process.
But yeah, honestly,
and what we need to do is make sure that, you know, there's not that too much onus on them, because there has been in the past. We need to make it so it's not all on their shoulders, sometimes shared out more. But in terms of, you know, that gives you a flavour of what happens, you know, and the fact that we're now getting to cutting season means it all starts again. At least we've got no mow May in May to help a little bit, but if you don't start now, then you're constantly doing it. And as you know, the way things have changed as well. You know, the football season no longer ends before the start of the cricket season, which means that they're constantly juggling two pitches in use at the same time, because just the way that nature of sport has changed.
but they do it. They do it great. It's amazing how they work.
I don't think they've ever been defeated yet, especially in my time here.
Stressed, but not defeated.
Okay, well, thank you very much
So
indeed.
just to say that the bin review is coming to you for next month in April.
What?
The review of the bins.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
We've had it in discussions in meetings with Richard.
It's coming to committee
So
next.
we're coming towards exactly where we need to position them and stuff, and
I wrote the review
redeploy.
today, so there'll be a map as well with the bins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
Modern Bailey, Richard.
Just to report, it says there to receive an update if required, and sadly, we heard back last week that we didn't get the grant from the landfill disposal tax. Only 11% of applicants did. It tells you how oversubscribed the grant was. It's not a new thing. We know as soon as grants come out, everyone applies to them. They only had a certain pot of money, and you know we're asking for the amount. So we need to think about funding bids for that.
So can't do, Rich.
That was landfill disposal.
Oh, right. So that wasn't Caddy.
Wasn't Cadw. Cadw's grants are very oversubscribed. We applied for ones at the town hall and didn't get it. Because the building has to be at risk and things like that.
When we were looking at it, like when I first came on, so that's like 2 years ago, they were very, very keen. But then something happened and then money went. So I don't know whether it's worth getting onto them and seeing if they do want to do it again. They were very keen.
They've got nothing open at the moment. I spoke to Will, who I had contact. They've got nothing open at the moment. And actually Andrew Rowson keeps checking in with them because he's keen to help us develop something there, which is great. So the next job there now is to look at alternative funding. However, some of you will be aware that Powys has got some pride in place funding for towns, which we can bid for up to 83,000. But it has to be something identified in our investment plan. I need to go through the investment plan and work out what we said we'd like the money for. I'm pretty sure the Motley is not in there, which is a shame. But we'll see what the county council say and the general things. Yeah, so at the moment, that is as it is. We met our insurers there the other day, didn't we, Phil?
We did.
And they have advised very strongly to get as much stuff out of the bike shed as we can, due to the condition of it, and also to start filling up the railway shed with something. So we're waiting for a hitch for the tractor, aren't we, to get a trailer on it, and we're going to move some of the books from the day centre container to that storage shed. And fill it up with, you know, things that aren't valuable, but you know, because it is a bit of an open thing. And now the shed's actually, I've had the insurance back today in the new schedule, and the shed's now actually insured properly. It wasn't previously, and they're actually still trying to find a specialist insurance for the Mock Bailey itself. So it's disappointing we didn't get the grant, but still, it's not the end of the story. We'll carry on.
We just keep trying, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Item 6.1. Meals on Wheels.
As it says there, to note that it's not our responsibility from the 16th of February. I haven't heard how it's gone. We had a few queries this week about the charging of the car, which we've resolved. And I spoke to Mary today, and they said it's fully working, and I think the issue was between the person and the plugging in, not a technical fault. Other than that, the service has been transferred, the staff were transferred successfully, and best of luck to them with it.
Can I
Sally?
just give you a little update on that, because I do Laura's hair every week. Meals and Wheels is going really, really well. She's had new clients as well,
Yeah,
so
good for her.
she's super happy.
Yeah, no,
So
that's
that's
good.
Good, okay.
Nick's
Hello,
got his hand up.
hand up.
Oh, sorry, Nick, come on.
Basically, to say what Sal said, very kindly, because we're still waiting for a little bit of work to be done on our oven in the town hall, ready to start baking our own potatoes. Laura and the Haven, very kindly, with no persuasion whatsoever, said, we will carry on baking your potatoes at the Meals on Wheels kitchen until you're actually ready to start doing them yourselves. So I would like to thank the Haven for that. And I'm now also a volunteer for the Haven. So
Hey.
yeah.
As you heard in Phil's
I'm now
update,
the health and safety advisor. So yeah, Laura's been very good to us, and they'll bake our potatoes as long as we need them to. And I do know, talking to the Meals on Wheels staff, as I know them really well after 3 years going up there, they're very happy with the changeover.
as you heard in Phil's update, Nick, we're just waiting for the SKUs now, and it's all ready to go, baking them ourselves.
Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody else, okay? 6-2, markets.
You've got the notes of the traders meeting in front of you. An update, in terms of an update, we have no stalls empty at the moment, besides the ones in the middle. The steps one, that was the last one empty, has been filled by, I think, Alan, doing a display about
Alan Crow's yeah.
And of course, Bill and Fair Trade Welshpool are moving into the middle part. I think I read somewhere about after Easter in the events minutes earlier. You've got the minutes in front of you from the meeting. Happy to answer any questions. As we know, it's quiet time of the year, isn't it, for retail? And it will start to ramp up as the tourist season.
That market's busy.
Yeah, there's always
It
someone in
is
there.
busy. I'm there, so there's lots of people mulling in and out, isn't there, all the time? So it is busy.
But happy to answer any questions.
All right, so,
Yeah,
no other questions?
no, I'm good.
6-3, the hub.
You've got the report in front of you. The contour knowledge, Nick is here to answer any questions that I couldn't, but as you can see here, we had 528 visits in February, which is fantastic. I think you've met several and beaten several records for Thursday attendances or attendances in the week. There you go, a peak of 95 visitors in the final week of February. And we had a £170 donation from Bill and Anne Rowell from their coffee morning. And, you know, in terms of voluntary contributions, they're in between 85 and 126. And the hub did 243 meals, which is amazing.
It's
Well done,
fantastic.
Nick.
So well done to all the volunteers.
Any questions?
No, Nick's awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Item 7, business planning and financial matters, interim strategic plan action. Wow.
A lot of this stuff is year 2, so it's next year. So nothing to report yet. We're still waiting for some of these consents to come through about the sign on the bridge, the railway bridge. So basically, a couple of years ago, the council put a sign there, and it's as soon as you walk off the ramp, off the station. And unfortunately, it's probably the worst sign I've ever seen in my life. It's blurry. It's not
the train station.
yeah, it's not a great advert for Welshpool.
No.
So I'm trying to get it replaced. However, the people who own the bridge are different to the people who own the station, who are different to own the car park. So it's a bit of a round the houses about how we get it replaced.
Well, didn't they want us to drop that?
Not the bridge.
Just the station.
Yeah,
So we don't get the bridge.
no, you don't want the bridge.
Okay.
Richard, who does own the bridge?
We think the bridge is owned by Amy on behalf of Network Rail and not Network Rail itself.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for the consent. But Pavo are helping us out on that one. But we're just waiting to get the consent because we don't want to go drilling in a bridge. It's a bridge over a road.
We just got told to put it up.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you did. Yeah, it's not a great advert for Welshpool, especially when, you know, Welshpool is going to be playing host to a lot of international events in the
Let's leave
future.
her else as well, if I can bring it down,
Please do.
for Tesco's.
Oh,
The signage.
we're sorting it.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Clwyd Hallam, because of course they own the wall. However, there's currently 2 signs there that we own. Plus, there's a big sign that we own with pictures on that's very out of date. Plus a banner that's now faded beyond all recognition, which is being replaced. Plus the town trail board, which is fine.
Yeah.
So that one's okay.
Yeah.
It's the other ones. The issue with the sign, there's blue signs that says Townsend this way. It says WH Smith on it, and of course we don't have WH Smith. All the rest of it's current. So we just need to do some tinkering with the signage there. But it's part of a bigger thing we're doing about signage at the moment. So.
Perfect.
Okay,
And the other thing to report with delayed is the footfall counters for the toilets. But actually we were talking about the TIC review in the audit committee on Friday. And actually we said that we need to invest in some proper footfall counters for the TIC. Because the methodology at the moment for counting people at the TIC is just as they walk in, remembering who's walked in and counting them. Whereas if you get a more scientific approach, we might be able to incorporate something like that. So that's why we want the toilets. That's why we want the toilets, so we can actually capture how many people are using the toilets, and then, you know, and also, if we can, roll that out to our playgrounds and see, you know, we know anecdotally where the busiest playgrounds are, but hard evidence is better. You know, we make better decisions with data, so that's what we're just getting to.
Just to let you know, on the toilets by the salon, I
Yeah.
do look, they are open until I close.
That's fine. Yeah.
As long as you're okay.
No,
with
no,
that.
I think that's okay.
I thought it was just silly, because there's loads of people trying to come in, and
Yeah,
I just might as well keep them open.
course.
So the lads have given me a key to lock them down,
No,
with you, so
It makes perfect sense that
it's
they're
working
open.
quite well, actually. They use quite late, so
Good.
yeah, it's good. As long as you are all okay with me doing
Yeah.
that, then I'm quite happy to do it.
Oh, we know those toilets are a bit dated now, aren't they? But
We're
they'll
fine
get
to
picked
get
up in
them,
they'll get picked up in the town hall review.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we now? 8-1, community fridge.
Have you missed finance somewhere?
Oh, sorry, yes. Budget and committee finance, month 11.
So here's month 11 report. As you can see, we've done the final invoicing for the sports clubs. So if you look on page 2, you can see income rep rents. That is cricket club, rugby club, and bowling club, and ground rent at the clubhouse. So that's the 2,600 figure. So that takes us above the budget with what we were expecting. We've had the final bill for the new playground at Master Dre, so that's now done. Pretty much the spending you see before you now is where we'll be at the end of the year. We're not really spending anything at the moment. We have now, as Phil mentioned before, about the equipment of the new lawnmower. So where you can see there it says £939 left in the equipment budget for recreation. That's where that money's come from for the lawnmower. The rest of it is either going to go back into general reserves or finance governance next week are considering a carry forward paper. So some of the unspent things might be carried forward into next year. And yeah, happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Yes, one, Phil,
Okay.
Chair. Yeah, yeah, sorry to bring this up yet again. I've done it several times. Can we just have an update? I mean, I know the rugby club have been trying to improve their facilities for quite some time. It's like stepping back into the 70s. And they've been pushing for a 99-year lease. Can I just ask for an update on that?
Yeah, of course. I met with our solicitor not this Monday, the Monday before, and they are pushing ahead with it now. So it's being written as we speak. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
We haven't started. We've started very tenuously with the bowling club on the negotiating.
yeah.
We haven't completed anything yet. But the rugby one, Nick, we are pushing ahead with the draft.
Thank you, Rich.
Okay. Community fridge.
Community fridge going very well. I'm sure Sally could attest to this one. We have done 30.65 kilograms of food waste saved from landfill in February, which I think is pretty good go for the first month that we started it.
It's quite busy. From what I see, it is really quite busy. People do this in and out.
Yeah, there's a few teething issues.
It just needs to be fuller.
Yeah, look, so we're working at trying to get more of the supermarkets on board. We've recruited a lot more volunteers, so I think we're up to about 7 or 8 volunteers now for the fridge, which is great. We are having a few teething issues with some individuals who are in effect cleaning it out in one go, which isn't the spirit of the fridge. You know, it is open to everyone, and you know, there's nothing to stop people from doing that. But I would urge people doing that to, you know, leave some for someone else who might be more needy.
Can I ask you a quick question on it? Say if somebody did a batch of cooking,
Mhm.
could that come into that fridge?
As long as it's
got freezable and as long as it's got the ingredients on it.
Allergens.
How do we go about the 5-star rating then? If somebody's cooking it at home, how can we vet that? Does that not matter if it's just donated or?
You can't, so that's why we don't accept donations from people. That's why we've got the approved supermarkets on our list.
Right, so I couldn't go and do a massive stew and then bring that in.
No, because of the allergens.
Yeah, that's it.
But even though we're not selling it, we're still subject to the same rules as retailers.
Yeah.
We're still actually waiting for our certificate back actually for the 5. But yeah, so that's the consideration on that one. It's
So
just the allergens.
nobody can cook and bring it in. It's
No,
gotta be
but
bought
some people have
food.
brought in some tins and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, non-perishable stuff is great, and I think they went down really well actually.
Right.
And we're getting regularly now from Starbucks and Costa, and as you see, 30.65 kilograms saved from landfill.
Yeah.
It's not a bad go for the first month. So.
It was just a question that one of my clients asked, and I
Yeah,
thought,
no,
well, I'll ask the question. I don't know how we stand on it, so that's what I asked. So thank you.
Thanks.
Like, hands up.
Nick.
Nick,
Can I just say that, Chair, on that very same subject, I have had people at the hub before now have said, oh, I'd like to make a big, exactly what Sal said, a big thing of stew or cowl or chili or curry, whatever. And we have, as Richard said, due to the allergens and due to the environmental food hygiene regs and that, we cannot accept it, which is a shame, but
Yeah.
we just can't do it.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, is that okay with everybody? Yep,
Yeah.
okay, 8.2, town hall transformation.
Yeah, so I updated you last month. We had our community meeting on the 23rd of January. The project board has met since then, 6th of Feb and the 13th of Feb. And we're meeting in actually this Friday, and we met in March. So it's very busy at the moment, working through some of the project strands that go with the project. So as part of the project, you have to show how the project doesn't just benefit this building, it also benefits the community. So we've been working up with projects that we need partners for to work out, you know, how that benefits the community. So we've got another meeting this Friday, finalising that list. Also been working on a project vision. As you know, the final bid has to be submitted before June, and we are submitting on I think the 4th of May. So we're coming down to it now in terms of finalising the application. We're currently working through the 28 supporting documents that go with the bid. The bid is about 20,000 words, and that's where we've got to on that one. I'll be able to share more with you nearer that date, you know, some of the documents and things. The biggest thing we're finding at the moment is proving ownership of this building. We are having difficulty locating the deeds for the town hall, which means that we may need to do statutory declarations and etc. to prove to the land register we do own it. We've looked in various places. We're just continuing to look, but we're getting Harrison's supporting us in that one. So we've got lawyers working on it. So
Okay, any questions? No.
No.
8.3, Alford Estate.
Yeah, well, all of you that were in the full council meeting in February will remember Brendan's presentation. Myself and Phil met with Lloyd Allen on site on the Scansis pitch. Was it a week before that, Phil? It was a week before. We had a really good meeting with them. They talked about some of their aspirations for the green space adjacent to the Scansis pitch. We looked at the Scansis pitch itself, and you know, it's in a sorry state. Bless it, it needs a new surface. As we know, their new surfaces are notoriously very expensive. And as you're all aware, the lease that we have with Lloyd Allen has expired over the Scansis pitch. So they're keen to work with us on redoing that lease, because of course they don't want it back. However, our negotiating position was agreed at council is that we'd like to improve the green space next to it. And they said they'd be open to it. It's just now working out. The difficulty for us is, I know council said, look, we don't want to pay for a play park. And we want them to pay for one. And pretty much their line is, they haven't got the money to pay for one either, and they'll work with us to get grant funding, but as you know, grant funding is a scarcity. And as you saw from the presentation from Brendan, they are satisfied that they're meeting their obligations because they have 2 play parks on the Old estate, one at the rear of Prince of Wales Drive and one at the rear of Park Place. So they feel that they're doing as much as they can do under their obligations. So yeah, it's just working through with them about how that takes shape.
Okay. Nick Howard, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Chair. The green space across from the Scances pitch, is that the strip next to the main road where the conker trees are?
No, the strip next to the Scantis pitch, so not opposite the road, not the other side of the road, on the same side as the road.
It's a stretch that is between the Scansis pitch and the what you and I would call the field that they use for the position. Oh, it's a Powers Estates field.
Right, so it's not that green patch which has got the mature conker tree, the horse chestnut, I should say, not conker.
And they've got some plans in it, allotments there themselves, so that they're just doing.
I was just concerned about the extra expense of having a tree safety management scheme for those trees, those ancient, well.
Oh, yeah.
They were that size when I was a small child, so those trees are very mature and they could be subject to summer drop, as horse chestnut are quite often are. So I think taking on that patch with the trees would have been a bit of a liability.
Yeah, no, it isn't that patch. But you're right, we've got plenty of trees across our 65 acres that we have to deal with. We don't need any more trees to add to our list.
Anything else? Okay, reuse scheme.
This is David to explain. I don't know.
Sorry,
It's nice,
David.
David.
Okay,
That-
item 9, items for future
Are you gonna
agenda.
let David explain?
No. It's my
Oh
decision.
dear,
Simple as that, right? My decision, simple as that.
what brilliant sharing.
Have a go at me, they can have a go at me. I'm going on what the monitoring officers told me.
I would urge you to let him speak. Because then people can't make a claim that you didn't. Let him make him speak.
Not unless he puts his camera on. I did it last month and everybody abided by it. That's it. So it's up to David. Does he want to put his camera on or not?
This is a false equivalence. I'm legally entitled to speak without putting my camera on.
I said it's up to David. Does he want to put his camera on or not?
If you want to break the law, Chair, I'm happy to take it up after this meeting.
Your choice, sir. Item 9. Items for future agenda and date of next meeting.
Anything for a future agenda?
Anybody got anything that's going on the agenda? The reuse scheme probably with
Yes,
cameras on.
better have that back on, I suppose.
Sorry?
Yes, you'd better have that back on.
Yeah. Anything else? We'll keep an update on the open thing.
Yeah, it's on
The
there.
next meeting, yeah, okay,
And the Mice Dre scheme will be on the agenda now going forward.
yeah.
Yeah, so we start with that.
And the date of the next meeting, folks, will be the 8th of April at 6:30 here in the chamber.
Sure.
Okay? No other questions, no problems? No?
No.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for your attendance. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, good night all.